basically at the time I was looking for a sport I could pick up and basically for the physical exercise. Also, I was interested in like fighting.
I like fighting very much. Ever since high school, I've been into fighting. It's my passion.
At first, it all started with my PE because I'm supposed to have a running PE, but then nag-Muay Thai ako for curiosity and physical fitness. And then Crew Andre invited me to join the team. It all started there.
Before Muay Thai Ateneo, I was into fighting already. I was into MMA, and I was thinking of sort of concentrating instead on stand-up fighting. So that's why I joined Muay Thai Ateneo.
These students are part of Muay Thai Ateneo. It's a club that trains people in the martial art Muay Thai.
As per record, at the Lumpini Boxing Stadium in Thailand, there are already Muay Thai Filipino practitioners who competed in Thailand in 1920. And they are respected. They played in front of the king. They recognize them as one of the fearless fighter in Muay Thai in Lumpini. Lumpini is the oldest boxing stadium in Thailand.
So what is Muay Thai? Muay Thai is an ancient martial art originating from Thailand. It is called the science of 8 limbs, which makes use of the said body parts: the fists, knees, elbows, and feet. It started as a form of self-defense and substitute for weapons when Thailand needed to defend itself from its strong neighboring country Burma, now known as Myanmar. Though it dates from the 15th century, Muay Thai still remains a popular sport, with over 65,000 professional fighters, with some starting at the young age of 6. So how did this martial art reach the Philippines?
In 1940, General Sullivan, who is stationed here in the Philippines during the Commonwealth, he went in Thailand to help the Thai people to regulate the sports of Muay Thai. And after which is happening during 60s and 70s, when Bruce Lee propagated the sports of martial art, there are already Filipinos playing. Of course, you know the Filipinos, they imitated the style of Bruce Lee, and some Filipinos who studied Muay Thai before, they also play the same, but they call it in different name. They did not call it Muay Thai, they call it Phil Baxdo, but they call it a Filipino version of Muay Thai.
In Thai, crew is the term used to address the teacher. It shows respect not just to him, but all the other teachers of this art. Many picked up on this martial art, especially in the Philippines. Crew Andre Portoliano was one of them. He is the coach of Muay Thai Ateneo and was the one who formed this club. The team has competed from the 1st through the 5th Muay Association of the Philippines NCR amateur competitions, and has been named overall champions in the 4th and 5th competitions.
When I got to college, I was able to see the national team practice in Ultra because I was part of the varsity track and field team. So I got interested in it, so I got into it. After some time, siguro I was able to gain more experience, so I fought. And then from that moment, I decided that maybe I should introduce this to my school.
At that time, there was no Muay Thai organization or club yet in Ateneo. He went to Thailand to train and get more knowledge about this art before becoming a coach. March 2005 was when he established the Muay Association of the Philippines Ateneo chapter. It started in the Ateneo grade school as a club, and 2 years later, it was approved to be an official part of the physical education program in the college department. Around June of 2006 was when Ateneo college students started training. Muay Thai Ateneo is composed of not just students, but people outside Ateneo as well. There are around 40 members, but most of his students are from the said university. In Muay Thai, students are taught discipline, respect, and humility. One world, one Muay Thai has been Muay Thai's main philosophy, which means all of its practitioners from all over the world can be said to belong to one family. Hence, the value of family and friendship is also emphasized. Family and friends are considered to be sources of motivation as well. So what is motivation?
Motivation is something that an athlete will depend on to keep on going. Practically, there are two types, intrinsic and extrinsic motivation. Extrinsic motivation comes from outside the person. Intrinsic motivation comes from within. Another way of looking at it is extrinsic motivation mostly are material things, something that is tangible. On the other hand, intrinsic motivation is more of attitudinal, something that the person looks forward to receiving or becoming, when upon completion of the task.
The fighters of Muay Thai Ateneo are driven by different things: friends, family, and teammates. When Ru does the Waiku, a pre-fight ritual dance done by the fighters, pays honor and respect to three things which are ultimately his motivations in training and competing as well.
When doing the Waiku, we give thanks to three people. First is God, second our family, and third our trainers and our friends and other loved ones. And I believe those three help me to be motivated when I fight.
Why is respect? Respect and crew is a teacher. A student and it's a movement, it's a something movement na pag nagumalaw sila, their movement is it symbolize their respect, gratitude to their teachers who give and share the knowledge to them.
The Waiku, it's a way for you to pay homage to your teachers, to your camp, to your family, and to what you believe in. You always show respect to people that have helped you in your road to preparing for a fight.
Drew, Denise, Dino, and Miguel have Crew Andre and their teammates as main sources of their motivations.
First of all, Crew Andrew helps me really to be motivated because he pushes us to do more. Second, my family. When I was in high school, they didn't want me to fight. But now, since they're used to me fighting, they really accompany me to fights and they really support me when I train.
The team and crew definitely, of course, because I lost my only competition, and well, I'm hoping it's not gonna be my last. But anyway, I lost it, and of course there was this option of quitting because there's this huge blow to your ego. It's insane, but you find strength in your teammates. Crew, it's not cliche. Crew always told us about that, and yeah, there's actually truth in what he says. I did find strength in my teammates. They continue to support me despite the loss, despite the defeat. So I'm thankful for that.
Well, syempre, there's crew and then teammates and everybody around. And then also, it's basically yourself that you have to like be motivated. So basically everyone, the whole Muay Thai Ateneo family, so to speak.
First of all, syempre, crew, di ba? Crew Andre and the team. And then, syempre, si Den. Crew Andre kasi he always pushes us to the limit in order for the fighters to reach the full potential. Kasi I think he has this goal na at least two of his fighters will join the national team. So, and also my family and friends, they're there to support me.
All four consider their teammates a source of motivation. But in team sports, one must still feel that one is important as an individual.
For the athlete, he needs to fit in. He needs to feel that he will fit in. No? Parang ano yan puzzle. He needs to discover where he fits in. Notwithstanding his personality, notwithstanding his background, this has to be woven into the very core of the character of the team. And the coach has a lot to do with this.
Coaches really have a big role to play in keeping one's athletes motivated. The coach's presence can already serve as a motivating factor, but athletes win despite the coach.
I don't really force it. I just show them that I'm really passionate of this art. I just do what I feel is right there. It's hard to push a person who doesn't really like to do that specific task. So for me, I do my best to show them that they can gain a lot from this art. Siguro, it starts from me. So siguro I inspire them through my action. Kasi I really believe na person is the one to really push his or himself to go beyond his limits. I can just start that spark, pero I cannot continue that sila na yun.
It's so important for a team to be composed of intrinsically motivated people, to a certain extent. Primarily because they will not only pull each other towards performing or practicing better, but in the event that some will feel tired or some will feel medyo tama, under the weather, they themselves, anyone within the team can serve as the spark for people to start working hard again.
The members revealed during the interview that Crew Andre is definitely one of their motivations to train harder or continue fighting. They also learned other valuable lessons from him other than the skills needed in Muay Thai.
You should trust your techniques. Lagi sinasabi ni Crew Andre yun. During the competition, set mo na yung goal mo, mindset. It's either you or him. So give your best. Give a good fight. Good, clean fight. Tapos, sabi nga ni Crew, defeat is not allowed. Parang victory ka agad. Yun yung set mo sa mind. Claim it.
Dino points out that not all the time, only one person will be in charge in motivating you.
Equal siya in the sense na parang at different times, it will be your coach, it will be your teammates, and it will be yourself. Kasi your teammates and your coach won't be there all the time. So sometimes it will really have to be, like for instance, before you go to training, sometimes you don't really want to go. Pero in the end, you have to motivate yourself, and then when you're in training, the coach motivates you, teammates motivate you in the fight. All that motivation is basically focused on you. So basically, it's a group effort.
Though it's a group effort, it is ultimately up to the fighter to motivate his or herself into doing more pad work or continuing the fight and not choosing to throw in the towel.
We are one family here. Lahat ng hirap, all the pains, all the victories that we achieve as one team, as one family.
Muay Thai Ateneo has become a family and continues to motivate one another, maybe during training or competitions. Their differences and individual personalities have made Muay Thai Ateneo not just a team, but a family. They continue to push each other to outdo their personal best by doing their best every time they train and when they fight.
Muay Thai Ateneo!